Hello, America. I am Dr. X. I welcome you to the show and wish to offer continued protection to all of you as I expose medical cases that could destroy your life. As always, I'm doing this for the greater public good, and I'm providing secret information from current and former colleagues to protect all of you. I feel it is my duty to put a stop to twisted and sometimes perverted doctors and hospital staff so that they will never be able to harm anyone again. On today's episode, I would like to make you aware of a very sick individual who has brought nothing but pain and misery to many women who trusted him to treat them. This animal did unconscionable things to their bodies that almost make it hard for me not to jump out of this shadow I am shrouded in. And what is even more astounding is this perverted doctor has tried to say he was actually doing these women some good. The doctor I'm referring to, if we can even call him that, is a man by the name of Dr. James Burt. Burt has been infamously called the love doctor because the procedure he did to many women was supposed to, as Burt actually stated himself, turn women from a scared, reluctant little house mouse into a horny little house mouse. What nerve of this Burt to take his own perversions and try and thrust them on innocent young women who in most cases simply wanted a procedure that was unrelated to anything about their reproductive organs. Furthermore, can you even imagine if this surgery had actually worked? All of Burt's female patients would be running in the streets like animals in heat, acting like sexed up zombies. Burt seemed to want a world full of young women running around focused solely on sex, maybe hoping to start a trend. In Burt's world, women would be hunting him down to satisfy their insatiable urges, all for Burt's twisted passions. What an animal. People like him make me sick. But what is even sicker still than a world filled with Burt's young female patients running around the streets groping innocent people is the surgery he actually performed on them. Take the case of Coney Mitchell, who was a Burt patient. Mitchell, at the time, was 3 months pregnant, and she paid a visit to the predatory Burt in hopes of having a pain-free childbearing birth. Burt assured her this could happen. But then, after giving birth, Mitchell slept for another 3 days while Burt did God knows what to her. Upon awakening, Mitchell was perplexed. She had this to say during the subsequent investigation by the state medical board. After he delivered my baby, I did not wake up for 2.5 days, and he kept me hospitalized for a week. I asked him, "What have you done to me?" Burt said, "Oh, I just patched you up," Mitchell recalls. He told me by fixing me like he did, it would be just like being a virgin again. Imagine waking up after giving birth and being told you're now a virgin. The insanity of such a suggestion is just as bad as the physical pain inflicted upon victims such as Mitchell by this Burt. But what makes these cases even more horrible than they already are is that Burt, in order to make his female patients horny little mouses, operated on their clitorises by removing extra skin, or as Burt said, sensitizing them. This makes me want to puke. As a doctor, I cannot even imagine doing anything remotely close to such a procedure. And to think that this was done without the consent of the patients, it's indefensible. But what really makes me burn about all of this is that my friends have informed me that the surgeries had the reverse effect. Not only did Burt's patients not become more satisfied with their sex lives, but in most cases, lost the ability to have sex altogether. Marriages and unfulfilled desires were robbed not only from the female patients, but their poor husbands as well. The foundation of America is built upon a happy home, and Burt helped shake that foundation to the very ground by ruining marriages with his twisted and untested formula. As a doctor, I am truly amazed and wish I could personally help Mrs. Mitchell and the 40 other women who were harmed by Burt. But the only thing that Dr. X can do is inform you, the public, of people like Dr. Burt. If you ever find yourself in a situation similar to Mrs. Mitchell, You must immediately end all contact with your doctor and demand to see the operating records of the surgery so that you will know specifically what's been done to you. Also, immediately seek a second opinion while the surgery and the memory of it is fresh, so you can remember the exact details that made you feel suspicious in the first place. As stated before, as a doctor, I find maniacs like Bert to be evil and wish to eradicate them from the supposedly safe havens of hospitals. Keeping predators like Bert away from the dark halls of hospitals is the mission of Dr. X. Well, that's all for now, but I urgently advise you to stay tuned for our next episode so I can continue to protect all of you from the dangers of the medical field. Thank you. I'm your trusted servant, Dr. X.